Hello, everyone. How are you this evening? And welcome. I'm just going to wait a couple seconds. Hello and welcome. Oh, I see one person has popped on. Um, I have not a ton of things, but I've actually turned on my sewing machine. I know, it's a miracle. I haven't really finished anything though, but I have been working on a couple things. So, before people start to come on, my name is Sherry, by the way, if you didn't know, if you're new. And I do a live Friday nights. Sometimes I try and make something new. Cindy's here. Hi, Cindy. And yes. Okay, sorry, I got really distracted there. Hello, everyone. Hi, Linda. Sorry about that. This is something I wanted to tell you about. That's why I'm distracted. Um, I got a email from Mr. Benedict today, the director of the school in Uganda. It's a place where we sent like almost 250 dresses. It was like 240 some. Um, anyway, he sent me a picture of the boxes today. They just got them today. So that was what? I sent them the end of October, and oh, I think the third box I sent the 1st of November, I think. Anyway, they just got them today, so what's today? January 3rd, so that's like 2 months. And so they left before the strike. Anyway, I don't know if that would have slowed them down any or not, but they told me it would take 30 days, so it took almost 60. The boxes looked in pretty rough shape in the picture. Anyway, I wrote him back and said, "Oh, I'm really glad that you received them. I was kind of getting worried." And I said, "I hope you like the dresses, and I can't wait to see pictures of the girls in the dresses." So they're on Christmas break right now. So the girls won't be back at the school until the 3rd of February. Because I believe they live at the school and their mothers come with them, far as I know. I could be wrong, but I believe that's how it works. Anyway, so they have over a month off over the Christmas break. Anyway, he just wrote me back just now. That's why I was distracted. And he says, I'll just read it to you. Surely we are very much excited with the beautiful dresses you've donated to our children. So amazing fashions. Can't wait to send you pictures immediately. Immediately when the children arrive. God bless. So he's very excited, as I knew he would be. I'm just relieved that they got them. Anyway, Linda is here, Edna is here, and Cindy is here. Hello and welcome. And I will show you the picture. It's just the boxes look like they've busted open. I'll post it on Instagram. So the dresses are there in Uganda. They made it. Finally. So I was pretty excited to find that out today. So I imagine in February I'll be getting bombarded with all kinds of pictures, which I will share with you. I won't hold them back this time. Well, I might save a couple, but you know. Cindy says that's great that they arrived. It'll be a great surprise for when the girls go back to school. Yes, it'll be a nice back to school kind of thing because they'll have to try them all on. I assume they'll have a big trying on session. That's a lot of girls that have, so they're probably sorting the dresses out. So it's probably good the girls aren't there right now. They can sort the dresses out. Although I packed them in an age and I even wrote it in Swahili. So just in case, so they would understand what I was trying to write. Anyway, well, Google translated it. I don't know Swahili. So I was just thought it would be helpful. So that's the big news that I know about this week. I was very excited to hear that the dresses are in Uganda and the girls are going to be getting them soon as they get back to school. And plus, all the dresses are like a lot of them were rolled up, and I'm sure they're squished to pieces, so they'll be probably sorting them out. So, did everyone have a good New Year's? I guess that's the last time I talked to you just before New Year's, I believe, last week. And yes. And I have a nice new present. Cindy gave me this. I was at one of the Stitch socials and she was using, it's just like a small ironing board block or whatever. And I thought, hey, that's pretty handy. So I asked her about it and she made me one. Isn't that amazing? So it's actually going to work really good because if I'm making something, I can hold it up and it might actually stick to it and I won't be dropping it. If I can put it on the right way. Okay. So, yes. So that was really nice of Cindy to send me this. This is what I'm trying to make tonight are going to show you, which I'm pretty sure I showed to you before. I think we did this on a live before, but this is for Linda. Yes, isn't Cindy generous? That was so nice of her to give that to me. All right. So, Linda, you were asking about journal covers. Did you make one? Because I lied to you. I think I told you a ½ inch. It should be an inch. And I found where I seen the video before. So this is what we're talking about. I've made these before, and I'm pretty sure I showed these to you on the channel. Just a journal cover. This one has ties attached, and it's just a cover. And I use all kinds of scraps and ribbon. There's some rickrack here. And I used all kinds of different, having a play with all the different stitches on the sewing machine. And I used a whole bunch of them on there. It actually feels nice when you quilt it right to death. It makes it feel really soft. So this one can close, like you can wrap it and then close it. So I've just plain one. This ties the same way, so I'll just show you the one. Then of course you have the one where you have the elastic and then open it. Yes, I made these last year, I believe. And I just was trying to use up little bits of scraps. I didn't quilt this one as much. And then use the elastic to close it. So you can tie it or use the elastic, or you can use a button. So this, the only reason why I'm showing you this again, I know there's like a million videos about how to make these, but you don't see a lot of them with the pockets. So I like to add a pocket, and then you have, because there is other videos shows you how to add like a pen holder, but I think that that works quite well. And you can also close it with just the button. So Linda says she didn't see it before. Okay, well, good then. I can't remember if I just showed them to you or I don't know. I know I did it last year, I think. Anyway, so I have a journal here. So I'll show you how to do the one with the pocket, which is going to be, I'm going to use this fabric, and I already did a quilt grid on it. I sewed it. This is just a printed design, so you can really do anything with them. So you can go just use the fabric that you have, and you don't have to quilt it. Or you can use little bits of fabric that you have, and then, or do strips, or use small pieces, like kind of like the log cabin. You just start. You would have to start on this side. I'm always pointing in the wrong place. You would have to start like around here, so it'll be on the front of your journal. Does that make sense? Because this is going to be wrapped around. Okay. Let's talk about how big. So it does matter what size book you have. Like you can, because I'm making a cover for my day planner. And this is the fabric I'm using. I've already have it quilted. So I just followed the print that I had and did a quilted it. So it's exactly 1 inch bigger. So I think if I fold this in half, you'll be able to see. So it's just barely 1 inch bigger all the way around than the book. So that's not showing you anything, so I'm not going to wave that at you any longer. So where is my measuring tape? Right here. So you start at the edge of your book. And just wrap it to the other end. So this says 15. So I need to cut my fabric 16. So I cut the 16, and then I need to know the width of my book. So that is 10 and an eighth. I'm just going to say it's 10, so I need to cut it 11. That's it. So you need a piece of wadding, of your print, and then like a piece of muslin like this, or a piece of black fabric. I don't have the inside cut for this yet. And then you need your pocket pieces, the inside part that'll hold your book in place, which is this part here. So that is 3 inches and it's folded in half. So it would be 6 plus your 1/2 inch and the size of your book. Is this making sense? I hope so. I may do a short video so it doesn't seem like I'm waving things at the camera and wondering if you can see. So there's the piece that'll go on the inside of my book. So it's a 1/2 inch longer than the book, and I have it just folded in half. I think it makes it feel sturdier and it's not too bad, and it only needs to be this wide, 3 inches, plus your 1/2 inch. Is everybody following me right so far? And it says, yes, you did show them before, yes. And Linda says, yes, thank you. So I'm making a cover for this book right here. It's not real hardcover, doesn't matter. And so I have this piece. So this book measures, I don't even remember, I just did this. It has a weird size on this one. So it is 12 1/4. So I need piece 13 1/4. And from top to bottom it is 8 1/4. So that is 8 1/4. So I need to cut a piece of fabric 9 1/4, which is what this is. So as you can see, I have a little flap here. This is the pocket. So I sewed it on here the wrong way. I'm folding it over. And I'm just going to tack it in place so that'll get caught when I sew the whole thing together. And then I will sew my, what's it called? A straight line, like for your pen to go in there. But that is the gist of that. So this pocket is, you want your seam to be here. So let's see if this is going to make sense. So the seam of this pocket is going to be right on the binding. So I just measured across here, which is, I don't know what it is. Where's the tape measure? So that's a little 5 3/4 is what it is. And then I added the seam allowance, a 1/2 inch. So why don't I measure this and see exactly what I cut it? So it's 6 1/2 is what I cut it. I have sewn it this way. Oh, and then the width of it, I folded it in half. It's 8. So it's 8 and folded in half. So it'd be like 4. So this is 4 folded in half. So then I sewed it here. I line it up here first to make sure that my pocket is not, I'm not sewing it over too far. Pretty simple. So I just have to tack this down and sew this. Yes, I did put a piece of batting in the front pocket piece. I think you can see it poking out. It's just one layer, so that would be 4 inches, which is a good size for the pocket, no matter probably what size book you have, unless you have a really tall book. But I just folded the fabric over it, sewed that just to hold it, and I just tacked it around the edge. You're not going to see that, so I just have to sew here. And there is a little bit of which is good. I'm just going to stick a clip on here. So there is a little, it's not tight, is what I'm trying to say, which is good. That way you'll be able to put something in the pocket. All right. Trying to find my foot pedal. But they are quick to make if you don't mess around with quilting and adding pockets and all that sort of thing. So now, so that is a pocket now. And you can see that this one here, this is, where's my tape measure? This one's 3.5 inches tall, this pocket. So what I'm measuring is this part. So about 2 inches, barely. 1 3/4. I think will work. That's what I'm going to do. So I'm just going to sew down. And cutting off all my threads. Where's the marker? So there we go. You could put a couple of pens in there. Let's see. It works. So now the easy part, we need to put our flaps. So as I said before, that's what holds the book cover in place. I just fold them in half and press them. I'm going to lay them on the top of my, you don't have to use your print fabric. You can use whatever fabric you have. Oh, first, you have to decide on your closure. Now, I am going to use elastic closure on this one. So you have to put that on first. And I just use the elastic like the length of the book, if that makes sense. Okay. And where do you put it? I don't know. I'm going to put it right about there. I'm going to use clips. I'm just trying to get it flat, and every time I touch it, it moves. Okay. Okay. So I'm putting it on the back piece. So the front is the piece that has the pocket in here, and the back piece. So I'm putting it there. I'm going to tack it first, and then I will put the back piece fold facing in the center of the, make sense? Raw edges on the outside. So let's tack that in place before we go crazy so it doesn't move. So you just have to figure out what kind of closure. There's so many different ways. I suppose you wouldn't have to use one at all if you didn't want to. And that will hold it while I get everything else on here. All right. So the elastic is tacked on. Now I'm going to put those on there, the flaps, and make sure that they're where they're supposed to be. I'll use a clip just because I have some right here. And then we're going to put our inside fabric that you're not going to see because the book is going to be covering it. So I'm just using a piece of muslin because it doesn't have to be thick, something, so it's going to look like that. So you have to leave an opening. So the flaps are here and here, so I'll leave an opening across the bottom here. Just remember not to sew through there. And then it'll be all done almost. Isn't that exciting? So what has everybody been sewing, if anybody wants to tell me what they're working on? Because I know Linda said that she wanted to make a leather one. So obviously you wouldn't use the batting in a journal cover for a leather one. My square chair is so squeaky. hopefully I caught everything. And Cindy says she has made two excuse me, 2 dresses for Project Dress Girl. Linda says nothing yet. She is going to experiment with a piece of cork for a journal cover. That sounds really cool. Yeah, you wouldn't have to use the batting, I wouldn't think. And you would treat it like vinyl or a piece of leather, really, I would think. So I'm just clipping my corners here, and I hope that I caught everything all the way around. Linda is congratulating Cindy on the Project Dress Girl dresses. That is amazing. Bravo. Okay, I'm just going to turn this inside out and press it, and then I'll show you how to put the book in here. I think the cork would look really nice. Cindy says she didn't realize all the different ways. I know cork is beautiful. You can get it sparkly and all different colors. Sometimes it doesn't even really look like cork. It's like marbly looking, and yeah, really all kinds of gorgeous looking colors. And apparently it is easy to work with. I have never tried it. So So the next step is to turn these the right way around. And I have my elastic here. I'm going to use my scissors. Yes, it's definitely be waterproof. So if you were covering a book that you use a lot and didn't want it to get wet and you were always carrying it, cork would be the way to go. Maybe it does leave marks if it gets wet. I wouldn't think it would, but it could, I suppose. All right. So I'm just going to press this. So you get the general idea. Then you would sew around it again. I think that's where the 1/2 inch is coming from. Or the inch, adding your inch, because you try not and use a huge seam allowance. And then you're going to sew around it again, just to hold it flat. I'm just going to press this on my brand new ironing board. Just like that. And get that out of the way. Now I do have a new iron as well, it's over there. It is big and it is quite heavy. This one is much lighter. I'm gonna hurt myself using that iron. But it is nice. I'm gonna say that. It's very nice. I'm not complaining. So I have both irons plugged in. Cindy has a little tiny iron. What kind of iron do you have, Linda? I'm thinking Edna might have fell asleep on us. I bored her to death. Maybe. And I know that Sue is still not feeling well. She has been sick, and I hope she gets better soon. And Bronwyn was working this. She was working this evening. Okay. Linda says she has a 20-year-old iron that she has dropped recently and now it leaks. Well, my cat likes to sleep on the ironing board, and this is very light and it has been dropped, and you can see this is all plastic. How this is not leaking, I don't know, and I shouldn't say anything. And now I have that iron, and I know if it drops, it's really heavy. That's not going to be good. So hopefully I can keep her from getting on it. So that's what that looks like. There's the hole that, so that's why I'm going to sew all the way around, just like 1/8 of oh, actually this one I didn't even sew where the pocket is. I just sewed here, which I can't do. I suppose I could hand sew it shut if you wanted. So this is the inside. There's my things. So you're going to take your book, and let's see if this fits before you sew around it. You make a liar out of me. That fits. There. So you put one side in, and then you kind of have to open the book up like this to get the other one in. I got one side on and one side not. Okay, come on. All right. So basically, when you put the cover on, make sure you pull it way back, and that way you can get it on there. Now, let's see. Oh, there it is, and there's the elastic. And it's really hard to see the pocket, but there's pocket. And so I don't know, this, I must have sewed too big a seam allowance, because I think I'm going to hand sew the bottom of this and not sew around it, because I'm going to have a really hard time getting that book in there because it just fit. So it's good to check and make sure your book fits before you close it up. But I think it looks good. So you could put photos or stickers or a list or something in there. And that fits pretty good. The elastic could be tighter, but if your book gets thick and full, then oh, it's kind of cute. It's actually a good idea to have some sort of notebook because you hear all these pattern names or you're watching something and you hear about a book that you'd like to read. I never read. You need to write it down, and it's good to have some place special to write all that stuff down if something you want to see at a later date. And these are good so you can personalize it and make it however you want. I personally like the little pocket. I think that's a cute little addition to the front, and it's easy to do. Like this one here, got a little pocket there. And they feel really nice, like they're soft and yeah, it's something you'll want to pick up. If you were going to keep a journal, or you could use it for all sorts of things, just to make lists, or like I said, to so you'll remember things that you want to look up later, or like a pattern that you like. Because I can never remember the names of patterns, as you all know. I look them up every time. Okay, let's see. Cindy says she does have a regular size iron. No, the small one is really cute and very handy. It's a good idea. I was definitely not making fun of your little iron. I like your little iron. Um, it's a good size to have, especially if you're doing something that's hard to iron with a big one, which you make lots of things that are like that. Um, Especially if you're making doll clothes or something. It's really tiny. Edna says, "No, I'm still awake, but am like the wise old owl, being quiet and watching." Uh, Linda says, "That looks nice." Edna says, "Very nice." Linda says, "I'm inspired to make one for myself first." Well, I think the cork one, you would just add on your seam allowance and then just sew around it, like with your flaps, whatever you use for your flaps for the inside. You wouldn't have to turn it, I wouldn't think, but maybe you would. I suppose it depends. But I think you could just sew it like you would if it was leather. Um, well, I hope you show us a picture of it if you do make one, Linda, because I would love to see it. I've never sewn with cork before. That would be a neat try. I'd like to make a wallet or something out of the cork. Um, Cindy says I got a journal for Christmas and could make one for it, but I have a hard time remembering to use it. I just grab whatever piece of paper that is handy. Yes, I am bad for that as well. So I have a book that I keep especially for YouTube, and I have it divided into sections for like different types of videos that I like, lists and lists of videos to make. And then I have a planner, and I like this type of planner where you have a full week and then you have one page to make a list, which is what I do. I make a list for certain days or for the whole week, and then or to write down appointments and stuff like that. But I think this year I am going to do um, keep it all in one place because I don't look in my YouTube book very much. I remember what I wrote in it, but I think it would be better if I just use one book for everything. So I like this fabric. The thing I don't like about this planner is every day of the week starts with Monday, not Sunday. And it gets even the calendar, the way they have it set up, starts on, where is it? Yeah, on a Monday. I don't know if you can see that. That's confusing. And they've changed it. The list page used to be on this side, and the calendar was on this side. So they've switched it. I don't know if I like that because I'm left handed. So my hand is off to the side when I'm trying to write. So I think I like writing on this side. Excuse me. I think I only coughed 3 times today and twice was here. So I think this will look nice. And the only thing I'm adding to my planner is I can never find the month layout in here. And that makes me crazy. So I'm going to add a divider in here. I think I'm going to like that. Where is the month? February, where are you? So, yeah, to find this, I can never find it. So I think that will help. Perhaps. But I'm not going to add a pocket or anything on this. I think I'll add an elastic closure, and I'm going to add these to make so I can find pages easier because I don't have any black ribbon. I apparently used it on this one. I have no more. So I'm using this cord and these beads, but they're not heavy. I'm having a hard time hanging on to them. So I'll just have that on the inside and be my page markers. Trying to be a little bit more organized this year. Do you think it's going to work? Probably not. I have a lot to do, and I think it'd be better if I had it on one place instead of, oh, let's hide this in another book and then I'll never see it. uh, but that's something I also do is make all these lists, and then if you have a little pocket in the front of your journal, you can put it in there. I usually stick them in the page that you're the day that it is. Um, Cindy says, I probably have some black binding you could use, and she's laughing. Yeah, I know. I was thinking I should look and see if there is any, but I think that is the only color that's missing. The binding that I have. Yeah. So this is just cording. I think that nylon cording that you make bracelets or something. I don't even know why I have it. I bought it for something. It's not even elastic, so it's not very thick and it's light. So that should work good. Lucy, hello, how are you? And these are like look metal, but they're just plastic, so they're really light. I'm kind of disappointed because I wouldn't mind jingle jangling. Should put some bells on there. Oh dear. But I think that that will look cute. So I will add that. in the middle before I sew the binding together. And yeah, be some different ideas for making a journal cover custom to what you like without it being too difficult. So the place where I saw how to make these ones without the pocket. So Lucy, if you're wondering what I'm yammering on about, we're talking about adding a pocket to a journal cover. So Scrap Fabric Love, she is Canadian, but she lives in Scotland, I think. And she it was her tutorial that I saw about making these books. And she just adds an inch all the way around, cuts the fabric, or make your fabric by sewing all your scraps together, or just using fabric that you already have, and then figuring out a way that you want to close it. That blue elastic matches that pretty good. I'm kind of impressed. Anyway, so there. Linda, I hope that helps you in making your cork journal cover or planner cover or whatever. Um, I said hello to Lucy. Christine is here. Hello, Christine. She's saying Happy New Year to everyone. Happy New Year. So, did anybody do anything different on New Year's? Like something special, a family gathering, playing games with friends or family? Linda said it did. Thank you. Oh, well, I'm glad. um, and Lucy says, "Oh, that's cool." Well, I don't know if I need to make another video about this or not, but that's cute. Adding a pocket, I think, to the cover. It does make it a little thick, but yeah, it fits on there good. I need to press that a little bit more, and I just need to close it. And this one already has a little ribbon hanging out. Um, Lucy said it was quiet for her for New Year's, and Linda said it was quiet for a change. She was all peopled out after Christmas, having 20 people over. And I went and visited a couple of my neighbors. Christine says she played Jenga with her grandkids and went snowmobiling. That sounds like fun. It's definitely snowing here today. It's not snowing 15 minutes away. It's snowing at my house for some reason. I don't know why. It was like that this morning. I had to brush the car off, and I thought, oh, I'm going to have a terrible drive to work this morning. And then I got to halfway there, and there was no snow, no nothing. And it was snowing in town pretty much all day. It looked like a blizzard, but when I went to go home, there was no snow accumulation. It was not sticking or something. The roads were all clear until you get out here. And it's only like 15 minutes away, so crazy. Because I shoveled when I get home, the doorstep, and I think I have to do it again. We seem to be getting a lot of snow. Cindy says, So Christine went snowmobiling and was playing Jenga with her grandkids, which sounds wonderful, which made me think about the snow. I branched off there a little bit. Cindy said we just looked through a new cookbook for New Year's Eve for recipes we want to make. And Cindy said it's snowing at my place today. And this says hello to Lucy. Happy New Year to you. It was very quiet New Year's at her place. Christine wants to know what the temperature is here. Oh. I think it's like -8 with the wind right now. It's not too bad. Like it was colder. We had beautiful sunny weather there the other day. It wasn't that cold. But yeah. I think it's -8 tonight. I could look it up. It wasn't that cold when I came home. It was supposed to be like -3 or -4 or something. Christine Edna says, oops, typo Eve, New Year's Eve. Christine says it's -3 Celsius here. Cindy says it's -4 without the wind here right now. And Lucy, I'm just saying what I remember seeing on the weather app. So I think Cindy lives not that far away from me, so hers is probably more accurate. -4 without the wind. It has been very windy though. It's always windy here in Nova Scotia. Lucy says we are at -4. And Christine says we are all around the same. Yes, sounds like it. We are. It is winter in Canada. It's going to be snow and it's going to be cold. And there's going to be another 3 months of it. So I guess we had better all get used to it. Yes. So there we have it. And I think I have something. So do you guys prefer just to chat on the chats, on the live chats, or do you prefer to have me try and make something? Or is that too boring? Too much dead air? So let me know, because I have I don't know. My list is upstairs. See, I've already written a list and didn't put it in my book. At least the days will be getting longer now. Yes, that is true. Looking forward to that. So if you would like me to always make a little something, I do have something written down for every live until February something. Christine says yes, woohoo. Cindy says I like both the talks and some instructions. Well, we can do that then. Or if anybody ever has any ideas, I'd love to hear them. Linda says, I enjoyed watching you put the book cover together, but chatting is fine too. Okay. All right. I just sometimes get nervous when I'm making stuff and I think, oh, this is going to be so boring. Nobody is ever going to want to watch this. And Lucy says, whatever you want to do. Okay. Well, whatever it's going to be something short, like a small thing. Like I'll have to have it half made or something that's fairly quick. Oh, I have it in my phone. I was trying to remember, where did I put that? The one time I used my phone for something useful. Okay. Where is it? That's not it. Okay. Yeah, my idea for next week is a little bit more involved. Okay. And it says, it's your live, it's your choice. Yes, but I want you guys to tune in. I don't want to bore you to death. Um, I don't need the siren anymore. I might as well turn it off. Okay. Well, I think it'd be nice for me to show you something. But we all know that I can't do two things at the same time. I get distracted very easy. So, who came in later? It was Lucy and Christine. I read an email at the beginning. I know Bronwyn and Sue can't be here tonight. Sue is still not feeling well, and Bronwyn had to work. Where did my email go? As soon as I came on live, Mr. Benedict wrote me back again from Uganda, and they received their dresses. So that's what I started the live out with tonight. So I just said, "Oh, I'm really relieved that you got the dresses. I'm so happy he got all 3 boxes today, I think. He got them today." So the girls are still not in school right now. They're still on Christmas break, and they won't be back till February 3rd. So this will be a nice thing for them to go when they go back to school in February. They're going to get a new dress. And anyway, Mr. Benedict wrote me back and he said, "We are very much excited with the beautiful dresses you've donated to our children. So amazing fashions. Can't wait to send you pictures immediately when the children arrive. God bless." So I just wanted to tell you guys that. So we will be seeing pictures of Uganda girls. So I will show that on the live probably or on Instagram. Pictures of the girls when I get them and on my Ko-fi account. So I will post them there as well. Anne says, would you consider doing a Zoom where participants could work on anything at the end of the hour, show what they accomplished? People would have to sign up in advance because of numbers. I did do a Zoom call, and Zoom is not very long anymore. You only get like barely 20 minutes for free. Then you have to pay for it. And I don't have the paid for version of Zoom. I only have the free one. So I would like to do something like that. Anne, hello, Anne, and welcome. I was reading your comment and thinking. It's a really good idea. But I know I have a few viewers that really don't want to be on Zoom at all. So I don't know. I'll have to look into the Zoom thing because I know some people would like to meet up once a month just to chat, but it was so short and it just cut us right off. So I thought it was free for an hour, but it's not. Um, and it says I'm starting to get sleepy, so I think I'll say night to you all. Oh my goodness, we've been on here for over an hour now. Um, Good night, and thank you for joining in. And Cindy says good night. Lucy says good night to Edna. Yes, that's a really good idea, Anne. I'll have to look into it more. That sounds like fun. I would love to do that. Um, but that would be, I would have to either pay for the Zoom version, and that would just, then we're starting to get expensive. So, yeah, I'll have to figure out the same thing, I guess. All right. Well, I think we've been on here for over an hour, and uh, I am so glad that you decided to spend some time with me. And we made a little journal cover, so with a pocket, nice big pocket, put all our secrets or hide things. Um, yes. Well, I hope you all have a great weekend. Have fun in the snow. I know I will be shoveling some tomorrow by the looks of things. And I hope you all have a great weekend, and I will see you next time. Take care, everyone.